To the listeners, them, supporters, well wishers, and everybody we are fan of Salon Tok Forum where they deal with issues, comment, and analysis. Today, by God in power, when April 6, when Saturday, we come we come again with another edition. I suppose we're getting a guest. I don't know if you're ready, but hopefully anytime we ready, he will come in. And then place away the way don't put out notice to people then as to almost o'clock you and come. People then could only wait. So they're not wait too long. And the person we being here for joining Africa they come out. So we get for understand the new system, the internet system, and all that thing. Not to the query if you say this time like that time. So all this are the problem so they talk about Africa with development of the. Of course, I mean I could the host. I want first of all action for Leona share. Now you can also send the link them out. And then follow, and then comment. But above all, I want to subscribe to the YouTube YouTube platform. That is very important for them to contribute to that. YouTube is very important. Now, an integral part of this program also. Like I not tell now, at least I now get a branch or a foot na Guinea. Yesterday, if not so because of the technical problems them way them get. Yesterday, I before go there live for like as can show una waiting in the unfolding. If I go live because they can say what thing happen, then they call me, then they bring in that make they make me part of them. Now that made they don't give me accreditation. Me that one of the journalists them na Guinea, so I they get things them first hand. And like this why they do so now. They go stream up, and when they don't, they translate them into French as well as so language. So they brought me on broadcast. Don't go far now. You don't go far. Me don't they one step ahead of the colleagues them way then they WhatsApp group them. Having said that come to that waiting they for discuss. One, as soon as the flower will be come out. The flower will be come out. I go back in now. The first one tell now about the need for get proper democracy in Africa for prevent the army from taking over. You see, we get for look into the reason why you get the armed forces where don't turn into their own business for join the politics. And I'll give you an example as to countries and where who side today where anybody not for rule out the possibility of the armed forces and take it over. Then again, we will talk about the importance of the judiciary. The importance of a judiciary that any nation, the benefit where the citizens then go get when they live in a society where the third branch of government, where philosophers like Montesquieu demo, Thomas Hobbes demo, John Locke demo, they be prescribed to them. From that great document where they call Magna Carta, where come about 1215, where the advisors to King John, where they be forced on a place that they call Runnymede in 1215 for they sign that document. Because the easy way they be always sign that document. Now for limits in power, for limited power. So go talk about all that. But then we get another branch also, even though it also codified in constitutions, but important in a nation in governance. Now one that way everybody get for record with. That the one that way we can way the people they call it the fourth estate. Meaning that a press a robust, a vigorous, a vibrant, and a fearless press. An institution like that, now an integral part of the government. And we want to say, nobody not for underestimate or downplay the importance of provided, because you don't forget a caveat, provided the one that way they live up to the standard then, where they expect. Because the press not for the for see itself as part of the political administration. No. Enough for see itself as part of that. Once it don't see itself as part of the political administration, then obviously it don't compromise everything we stand for. That made the press not the report waiting and think that's like a big compromise of the independence and integrity of that profession. Waiting the press, people are waiting. You know, they report as wanna see things. You know, as you think and as you see, based on empirical evidence, where they before you, where they see them, a big difference. Because when the citizens are informed rightly, that go give them a chance for making informed decisions. So we see the importance of a free, fair, independent, and a robust press in a supposedly democratic entity. Now I'll go back to the first one, but like I be saying, una for follow me now, una for share, una for comment, and una for subscribe to the Kutubu Kuruma YouTube page. It's extremely important because when they subscribe, they don't become part of them. As I kind of automatically when they come online. It's unfortunate that the guest where we supposed to forget, we don't see them yet. We don't see them. Again, like I tell now, the internet system that they third world country, they really not to anything where anybody they write home about. Not to anything where anybody they write home about. And they see a sign as a guest. I don't know if he did it, so now excuse me. No one. I don't want for do anything again. We go make kind of get myself out of the system. So waiting the guest need to do if he did it. In just get for click on the link where I send the link, then it will appear. Now yeah, it face will appear. Then when it face appear, then I go receive them. And so it will work. In get for click the link where I send. With the link, it will appear. I go see them that the platform. Then when I see them now, then I go accept them. All I do, I click on in image, then it will don't come in. But as it is now, if I click on anything, now myself will get myself out. Then this go hamburg the program and not go one let this happen. And I make we can send the link earlier. Now, let's go to the first one where I lay out. And the need for get a democratic system of governance where they act as deterrent for the armed forces for intervene in the political process. People they need for understand so the reason where the army they take upon itself for bulldoze way to now the politicians say they create that kind of inducing environment. We can give examples. People that where they follow which they happen on social media, they just don't see where Museveni What he don't do, the way out he don't turn the country to union. Look the appointment where he don't get members of a family in girl Pikino, in boy Pikino, who now where they follow. In girl Pikino, now in charge of even the nation in finance. And the governor of the bank of the governor of Uganda, now this, now that, now that, in Pekin, now the chief of defense staff, or now the head of the armed forces. So in a situation like that, waiting in the citizen go ask, why this man thinks saying that in get this country? Huh? Why this man for thinks saying that a monarchy they on huh? Why this man for thinks say in being in governance now a divine right? Why this man for thinks say now an entitlement? Why if I think of all them saying or now in birthright? In need for come, in need for understand the fact say he gets into power. Well, as a matter of fact, the way Museveni, Paul Biya, and even Paul Kagame Rwanda into power, not to necessarily through the validity of the sanctity of the ballot box through a democratic elections, where totally was unencumbered by infractions of principle. No, it was elections manipulation, bulldozing away and all that. And when they can meet term limits terminate in most democracies and now, especially in the presidential system, we need for talk about the difference between a presidential system and a parliamentary system. In a parliamentary system, there is nothing like term limit. Waiting will happen. The party or a party will go in power, it go continue for the in power, provided it is fulfilled in a manifesto, and the citizens then they go down to station there for decide. Because more talk about countries where the political leadership that of a prime minister. I'll give examples: Canada, India, United Kingdom, Australia, New Zealand, and all of them places. They your system of governance. Now, a parliamentary system of governance where the leader, when a prime minister, he derive in authority then from one, the people within a parliament. No leader that they country away, I don't talk so. No go think of him being in power till to no. You then one in power. Now with the support of first of all your party, and by extension the parliament, I can get examples of also. Would have pulled Margaret Thatcher come up in power? One man now lead the revolt. A minister of finance, Nigel Lawson, Tony Blair, would have get a amount of power. A minister of finance, when I be deputy prime minister, Gordon Brown. Look how Boris Johnson left power. All he do is violate COVID restriction. Look at how Boris Johnson, like I say, Boris Johnson, COVID restrictions. Look how the prime minister will replace her. Less than 2 months, she was out of power. You see, in a democracy, in a parliamentary democracy, the citizens very, very lucky enough for get assured of the fact say the parliament will help them get rid of a totalitarian system of governance. In a presidential system of governance, on the contrary, that's not possible. the cost, the steps the way you get for take, for get a leader out of power, a president, a very difficult. A very difficult. In a presidential system of governance, where people they don't know, it's not good for Africa. Because what they do, they make one person, one leader, they make up a demigod. Everything now that one leader, not, yes, you can get a building when they call a parliament. You get you also get a building when they say, oh, now the court now we court system that. But no, it doesn't work that way. One individual, then everything, then the be all and end all. Everybody owe allegiance to. That make in any kind of a system, you get words like orders from the above. Now, so the past say, now the part in Fambu Dande, now in West Dande, now in Pekin Dande. Join the question that happen now in Uganda where they play so. In a presidential, in a parliamentary system of governance, there is no way what Museveni go get in Pekin them and in West them, get a name. No, not possible. For you, the prime minister, you owe your job then to the support of your ministers. Your ministers can pass a vote of non-confidence in you. Non-confidence. And there's nothing you go do. All it take one minister for convincing colleagues them. Say, no, we don't need that money. And you think they call vote of non-confidence. So now in parliamentary democracy, I mean, they know they take over because the government, what they did, they said they are the mercy of the parliament, almost the prime minister, at the mercy of in cabinet. All it takes now a revolt of the cabinet. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. Once the cabinet revolts against you, now we don't go so. But that never happens in a presidential system. So with that, in this situation only, the question now where we get for ask, how did a country where get a presidential system of governance, how they will be able to rein in dictatorship, how they will be able to prevent totalitarian leaders them, how they will be able to prevent leaders, people like Museveni them, Paul Kagame them, Paul Biya them, how you able to rein in on them people they need. This is where the next thing what they discuss. When I make a say, now follow me. Le una, like the buttons and where they and above all subscribe to the YouTube. What's on us? And then now okay. Now let I tell people there how people citizens were able to get rid of dictators without the military not coming. Because waiting the military can do, it in a corner, it wait. It be itself time. So this accounts for why we not for the rule out the military intervention in the politics. The only thing that you get a caveat when it come, within a space of a reasonable time, they organize democratic elections and go back to the balance. They know for begin, form government where like the question on the happen at Guinea also is totally unacceptable because Mamadi be supposed for only organize elections. Yes, he came in as a stopgap measure because they claim a lot of excesses on the part of Professor Conde. But time where he be supposed for don't go, not go, entrench themselves. And we see where he not sack all the people that way he became because he had an understanding with this ECOWAS when we go there as to how long he for there in office. But the man don't kind of he don't violate that time when he's supposed for there in office. So the question, where do you go? What do you do? Now the dilemma this way the cities and they go through. So more even assume say at the point in time, the in colleagues whether in Malio, the Jello, and all the other places and they say they go hand over, then go do it in such a way, now they go remain in power. Then go doctor the constitution. Then go bring people and will go preside over the elections where now whatever they want. That the reason where some of we get profound and abiding respect for President George Weah Liberia. President Weah in a position for make sure say that he go win that election day. No matter what anybody talk about President George Weah, President George Weah don't become the leader in Africa where nobody else go compare to. For one thing where he do, where he support that concept, the power from the people, by the people, and existing with the legitimate consent of the people, of the governed. Power belonging to the people, by the people, and existing with the legitimate consent of them. That he do. Even for appoint an electoral commissioner, will go be amenable to your own design. Again, market order. Hey, oh man, I saw they go this. Possibly no say go be a yes man and a party chick. Possibly no get no other way. Now that way you go the desk marking order. We don't say in Nigeria. But Tinubu where they power now so. What you do? Invite the Chief Justice. Coyote na England invite them. They go na the ballet they meet. The electoral commissioner, Professor Yakub Mahmoud Yakubu, they all get together. Now made the election say don't even done Nigeria. They don't declare the man. The man get the court on his side. Look, the unanimous. Everybody in the court them waiting for that election. It was a unanimous, decision. Because the man don't get it. Because you job there in jeopardy. Your job is in jeopardy. So therefore, you don't go rule otherwise, you'll be gone. We also listen to Salon in a unconstitutional file, Sam Sumana. It was a unanimous decision by the so-called Supreme Court, even though there was the law where and then by Koroma used for sack Sam Sumana. We are not actually. I want to make this very clear today. Me personally, I'm not talking for Sam Sumana. I'm talking for the office of vice president, because the office of vice president was elected alongside of that of the president. In order of the president and the vice president, that they come together through the validity of the sanctity of the ballot box by the citizens. And if the vice president therefore be fired, that therefore happened through a process that they call an impeachment, when the first body, when the philosophers and put government together, and people like Montesquieu, people like John Locke and Thomas Hobbes, where they put that government together, the first body in the parliament. So in other words, the government, the administration, accountable to the parliament, but not only in Africa, we say the other way around. Now the parliament responsible to an administration. That is the sad thing that we don't have with politics. Now if we get this imagined dictators, we get leaders and we get absolute power. They're only accountable to their whims, views, and caprices. Nobody else, no parliament. Then nobody no make any mistake. Those parliaments are one that they see in Africa, it didn't number for the namesake. But the real power and the president, now what the president want? Now what the president want? So now that this is the danger, this is some of you they talk about. Say, we don't want a presidential system of government. We don't need an Africa. The reason why he worked in America, thanks to the founding fathers, people like Thomas Jefferson, people like George Washington, all of them people, the founding fathers, if you see this country how they enjoy democracy and the rule of law, regardless of whatever imperfection go dey, but it was all to the founding fathers that the structures, the foundations, and the systems where they put in place, as supported by the constitution, went on the over 200 years after they defeat King George III. Now a place when they call the Battle of Saratoga, where first and for recognize the independence of this country. Also, they come up with the constitution, where now they serve as the ethical foundation and moral compass, where say nobody else, the only thing where big past this country, the only thing that we love, because without we love, we're binding on everybody from the big man that we sit on now, the state house now, to the red man in that street. I mean, they call them equal law, equal justice. Nobody na ya, your office not mean nothing na ya, your office is nothing. The office na ya na honor and privilege for being a president. The office is nothing na ya. Yes, and get an office of president. But what's important now that the rule of law na ya. If anybody don't believe, people the way they follow how politics they play in America, some of we don't follow the politics for just about too long. We able to relate to the politics of the United States. We see what happened to President Richard Nixon. The reason why they pulled President Richard Nixon, not to anything that's in Africa, not to anything that he not even meet a threshold for letting he move a president in Africa. But it happened there, they put the president without enough fire, one single shot. A crime was committed. Now the Democratic headquarters now 2600 Virginia Avenue now Northwest. Who's the Democratic Party the headquarters? Mr. Nixon during that electionary campaign 1972, in people that go commit espionage, for go spy by the Democrats and catch them. Now remember, we don't structure this broadcast here for talking about the importance of the press. What did happen here? How they able get to Mr. Nixon? The press, a free and robust press. A free and robust press, an independent press, not to a press where they under the brown envelope, not to a press where they sing his master's voice, not to a press where, they kowtow. Stand firm, say, the citizens of this country are going to be informed as to what happened, what that this Watergate here, how it come about, would they engage in a supported by a fearless judiciary, a judiciary where owe nothing but they owe the fidelity to the canons of that profession, because like they talk now, when the great philosophers they put governments in together, these three governments, like I say, we they go back to what happened in England 1215. Now what they call the Magna Carta, which take place now the Runnymede, where the king he advised as King John, he advised as the first and for can go that Runnymede 1215, when they go first for sign that document, where go limits in power. So now they come up with this parliament, they come up with a cabinet, then they come up with the judiciary. Then yes, they think again about the role of the press, the role of people that way sit down at that kind of place where they write, where they inform the citizen. Because without a free, robust, vigorous, independent press, the citizens are not going to know nothing. Because then they informed the citizen. Now, based on the information where they give the citizen, now him go make them make informed decisions them in harmony with their legitimate aspirations. But when you get a press where there's propaganda, now misinformation, disinformation, This is a big problem for a nation. Okay, I can give you an example. We they read na social media where they everywhere where they say the current the president of Salon was not invited to Senegal and he was not recognized. A lot of people they don't buy into that. Gullible and naive people them were fundamentally lacking in capacity for make research so that they will come up with it. I'm not here defending President Bio. I'm not. On a one thing where Martin Luther King he said, not to the hurtful actions of the enemies that matter. Now the radio silence of the friends them, we get the facts them, we don't come up with the facts them, now them bad off, now they worse. I make a research about what's happened in Senegal. And even this president, they recognize all the leaders them, he did. So if President Bio was not invited, he would never have been recognized. Not to say even the chief of protocol now recognize the leaders the way they do. People like Atiku, people like Bola Tinubu, people like whatever the guy na Ghana, Akufo-Addo and the rest. No, the president himself was on the stage. They, recognizing the leaders. So the question is, how then could Saliona go to pay to this? It is one thing for they against somebody. We're perfectly okay for whatever reasons. But it's an entirely different thing when people resort to that kind of a conduct and that kind of a licentious behavior they do. When they use lies, misinformation, disinformation, just for fool people them, that's not good. It was still, if the people have just said, look, can you imagine President Bio don't go to that place again? President Bio just don't come on the other country, don't go under. That's not a perfectly a legitimate issue that for raise. Because some of us said, I don't get problem with this too much travel, I don't get problem with that. But I don't go say the man was invited, he go. Then Allah said the man bulldoze, he went at the place, the man get crashed. Now what you do in the process of pride, let the man look bad. Now the whole country now, the one where they paid with this kind of for 9 and they made the country look bad. It's like the country, the political leadership that the country don't get one respect for the country. They can just subject you to any kind of mesmerizing embarrassment and disgrace. Therefore, no, we cannot be doing this. We cannot be doing this. It is one thing for they against someone. But Lord, give credit where credit is due. All we need for do, Lord, just come up with the facts. So today, like I say, unfortunate, my guest, for whatever reason again, I not get any indication from Guinea, say in the attempt for camp, I not get indication. Because all they need, they can even call me, say, look, but again, I can understand, they might be facing difficulties. Again, let God bless America. We we know they face anything in the internet, they work. And this takes me to the question of this kind of a promote, when they promote David Senge as being the technology, Zana Salon. Now the technology, whiskey, that's how with all that kind of a thing, and when they turn the technologies are, but the nation so backward, we can't find that. Internet's not reliable. We all know that it's not reliable. People and they pay for the internet, they know they get the services. So now what you see the man they do now, instead they try for making instead be president now. This is the danger this will get that Salon. These are the things are this we so-called elitist them. those so-called educated people there, as soon as they don't get any titles, terminal letters, and the next thing now they want to be president now. Outside too, they be saying, you really not get what you take for be president. No. It is, yes, one thing, yes, you know this, you know that, but no. For inside the very SFPP, you knew it. More even started that you meet people in it. If you say you want to imitate Basil na Senegal, no, or you want to compare, no. Basil go through the process. He don't go through the process. He don't just come out from Mars or Jupiter no more. Now they go now. No, he don't pay the price. Now jail, he come out jail. He's been a civil rights, activist at the place. He's been that. So, well, you will ask you, what have you been? No. Even go back where you were a basic education minister. There are a lot of complaints at the ministry. There are a lot of things that we are not done. Seriously. That's the way you go to now, where you go point to. Say, this is what actually I mean, legacy this. They will say your legacy would have been or should be, it mean that you paying attention to bring in Salio to the age where first class technology in the area of this computer, in the area of internet. For there is no way where progress within a Salio where one you not get energy where they flow electricity flowing 24 hours, 7 days a week. We go allow people to follow again to the internet. We go allow them follow and get record keeping, because any society owner, there has to be record keeping. There has to be records, because without records, there's nothing. Today, I will not begin to do documentaries about the importance of record keeping from the time where they discover this country or when this country become a sovereign nation of itself. Every record on this country, we can think of it. They get a place where they call Bureau of Archives, National Archive, then a Bureau of National Records. All of those records are owned by the citizens of this country also. Apart from the Library of Congress, Bureau of Natural History, Bureau of American History, but there's also a government entity now, Washington, D.C., where get different branches, and when they call Bureau of every record in this country. Today, I just sit down one day and I say, let I go now the Department of Motor Vehicles, now my area now, Bellsville now, because I will not misplace me registration, me official registration. I go there. I go to the information desk. The clerk, of course, and people are very cautious because you go to your customer service. So they get for be very, very professional, to the customer there. Because without customers, and they don't go sit down yonder. Now customers they pay them. So courtesy, they're on the phone, because they don't tell them. Because you cannot be on taxpayers and the time you're on the phone. No. For that 8 hours you get for work, you attention, the undivided attention, they're on the taxpayers, so that when the taxpayers they go be attended to immediately, efficiently, because they call it QSC, quality service something. Or it's very important. They ask me what I go for. I say I go for me, registration for me vehicle, because I don't lost my registration. All they ask me where I give them the driver's license, when are the ID. It's very important. IDs are very important. IDs are very important because then they show where you be. And even this registration, political registration, where what election and they register. No, all of those, Now it wrong. Now we wait then let God make the good things and what it's now. Let we send and now we will continue. You they register Mondays to Saturdays now this country. All you need for to go to the Department of like motor vehicle. So where you go there for anything, you also they register then they put under the system. So where elections come, it's very easy because they know and where you go down outside you day because like we said, the IDs them go show outside you day. I don't go there lorry, I don't go there lorry. There and they go voting and watching in DC. No, not go, they happen soon. Where they lawyer, now lawyer they vote because now they everything. But where you get a system, a structure there. So all this corruption, what they see so. Not to someone is stealing because the financial stealing that the country now. But the lack of structures there. Maintenance when not they did it, when they know they also not part of the setback this. I give me license. It go through the system. And that one system within that one computer within America, one. Now they serve the entire United States. One computer. Every information on everybody in this country, every information on everybody in this country, he did it. Now me very quickly they able to solve crimes now. He did it. Like where I go there for go get me duplicate for me motoka in registration. If I be not commit a crime, the authorities then they look for me more say like where I didn't mail also. But I go Texas, I go commit crime in Texas. That information will be fed inside that one national computer. It will be fed inside there. Once they run me information, every thing on me go dead. It go dead. So the authorities they want me, they want arrest me, and then right there they go arrest me because they want me. This is how a society was structured. It's structured. Every information on you, it did one computer again at this country. I call it one computer in a sense, the National Record Center. Every information on me where I didn't mail so the same information they on me na mail na New York, na Texas, na Washington DC, na California, all the 50 states in this country now make a call on the one computer and then they use. So if I commit crime na then I run away, I go say I go sit down in Alabama, I just waste my time no more. Because when the police pull me over, he asks for the ID, I get the ID, he go out and call it. So when I give them the ID to the people in the motor vehicles department, they run up, I don't get ticket, I don't get parking ticket, I don't get no violation because parking ticket, if you get ticket, when they give you the area where they give you the ticket, then they send up again at the other computers. So like where I go for that registration, the duplicate. If ticket have been get ticketed for whatever reason, either speeding ticket to parking ticket to they are not here, they get what they call red flag. Then they put a red flag. Red flag in that it go then at the computer say Kutumukoma get tickets, outstanding tickets where in the accurate na all the way na lorry. Until I clear that ticket and they nothing. They not go release me documents. So then they take responsibility for your action. This now is all this when they talk now a society where believe in the rule of law, now society where structured, now society where nobody know they above the law. These are the things that where some of we they preach. These are the things that me personally I don't decide now. I go use the platform. Last time me brothers and sisters in Guinea, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala they don't make me a journalist in Guinea. I am part of the Journalist Association in Guinea. They don't give me that press accreditation. They don't give me that badge. One of them days, I can go display and alone as here. I tell it. So now that make now, I don't take me or broadcaster, I don't take and go to Guinea now. Because from Guinea, it expand. Even this a visitor will be for camp today. Now other African countries now they ide. So you know, me own program it expand. It expand. Like I say, I believe say the only thing we prevent them sometimes at the internet business. But now other side that they be the get for come for let join me now. So I tell me brothers, then Guinea, boku, thank you for the honor and privilege and the respect where they put for me, where for the very first time in the history of journalism, I know one day is a foreigner where you're not a part of the country, you don't know any language, yeah. But because of what they do, they say no, we will bring you, and they are so nice enough. What they do, then they translate what that they do into French as well as so language, where in the plan that they, you know, that the media places it. I tell God, thank you for that. And in turn, what me get for do, I get for understand say now a privilege, now an honor and privilege. Now an honor and privilege I get now, where they give me the not to divine right, not to circumstantial freedom, not to entitlement, not to birthright. What it is, now an honor and privilege they give me, and by God in your power, by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in your power, blessing, direction, and guidance, I go make sure say I no loss or I no mortgage or I no abuse or misuse the honor, because how many Sardinians go now the church say about me, they know, you know, put me in that place. They know induct me in that hall side. No. So again, like I talked today, a nation go only go before if it decides say the rule of law now go be the ethical foundation and the moral compass where na go where na in on him the na go determine na go be the determinant factor for let people that lay claims to being an egalitarian and just society. That's all it is. People with well often out of naivety, ignorance, amen. You know, when people they are not properly informed, they are misinformed and uninformed. They always make the sorrowful comparison between America, they talk about Russia, China, and all of them places they I mean taking lead over America. I said, no, but so, you know, we can understand the ignorance. We can understand because when people you know, they're very limited. They're very limited. They don't get enough academic antecedents. They know they read. Because the other thing is, you know, when they know they read, they know they make research, they know they follow. So they go make all they can by get you know, comments in it. Now you don't see where Putin don't put himself back for power. How is it? He jail in the opponent's net. One of them, then they kill him in jail there. He don't go back to power. Free. But now, yeah, Mr. Biden, they fight for let he come back November 2024. Mr. Biden, they fight back. Mr. Biden will only return the White House now through the validity of the sanctity of the ballot box. That's about it. Through the validity of the sanctity of the ballot box. Now, the only thing that will return Mr. Biden to power, not to election gerrymandering, not to election rigging, not to police terrorism, not to judicial intimidation. No, it's not going to happen. Power belongs to the people, for the people, by the people, and existing with a legitimate consent. This is the potency of power. With all this way Mr. Biden they do, or Mr. Trump they do, in the final analysis November, that the people, the ordinary people, that they will make that decision. Just like the citizens in Senegal, with all this brinkmanship on Macky Sall, look the way how they pull and now look how they drag them come out now. Now drag Macky Sall come out. Now they call the people power. The people power that the man is waiting up when knock in chest. Election no go take place now, yeah, because now they be all and end all. Now in the society, now in the alpha and omega, now the yak na budu wayak na stein. Now everything in the society they revolve around your whims, vis and caprices. But guess what? A very determined citizen here, a very determined citizen here, and an independent and fearless and a strong judiciary were committed to the canons of that profession there, to the law, the rule of law. Say, oh no, oh man, it not go happen here. Election will take place. Not only that, it will take place as scheduled. Anyhow you look at elections will take place as scheduled. And you don't go there in office one day longer than what you're not supposed for day, and that happen. So people they feel say elections, yeah, we need elections for getting to offices, but waiting at the underlying factor where they determine the very existence of a nation, where America don't stand on the moral foundation of exceptionalism. When a nation decides for put in faith and trust in the rule of law, when a nation means everybody from the president state canon. There is nothing like others from the above. No, and there's nothing like others from the above. That's out of the equation. The past say, now the power in brother than the, now the power in sister than the, now the power in wife than the, now the power in this. No. Now waiting the law say, now not waiting power by the sale. Now Yahweh me know, power binding in wife, now they go through traffic now. The only time where when they stop traffic for power binding in wife, we mean of, and where any reasonable and rational person I know, when power binding Mama Biden they sit down inside the official mutuka, where as a matter of fact, where actually the preference na the president, and in just sit down at the motuka as guest of the president, the traffic where power Biden go through, when they block traffic for virtually everybody, including the airspace, because where power Biden they go any side until it cross, no plane no go there. Everywhere has been blocked. This is not the honor a privilege. But if power Biden no did that Mama Biden no go, go get a privilege in there. Mama Biden no go fly come na White House inside helicopter. It go only come inside White House by helicopter where it ride with the president. All by itself, it no go fly come na White House with the helicopter. No way. Yes, that's the wife of the president. But she is not an elective person. Nobody not elect her. Whatever it is, whatever influence you get, now the husband. What are the people they know Naya? The president of the United States, now they know, then they hold accountable under the law. Whatever the president of the wife or the president of the United States do, now we think not as long as he makes sure say he not cross the line. That's very important. We know they see the president or the wife of the United States, the whole press conference. No, you don't need for whole press conference because the policy matters. Because when you hold press conference, there's chance that you will make policy statement and somehow if possible say the policy statement not to one that where actually in the administration position, they go make the government go. So waiting the president, a wife they do now. Let nobody not make any mistake now. The wife of the president, they're very powerful. Let nobody not make any mistake now. Because one, that they first they see the president, and then the last they see the president. Now then that the first way they see the president. Now then the last way they see the president. So the question is, waiting go there when they want to tell the president when they don't go tell him. We kind of influence way past that. We kind of power way past that. When now you know the first way they see the president, and when now you know the last way they see him. Waiting go there where you know they tell the president. But you go do this behind closed doors. You lay out the case to the president. The president will listen to you. You step back, step back, step back. Allow the president, neither elect. Allow the president, neither elect. Allow the president, let him be seen. There has to be no competition with the president. No, 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 no. There should be no, because now one person, the citizen elect, one person, in this case, I can give example, per Biden, neither elect President Biden. They don't elect Mrs. Biden. Yeah. Also, they are the suite of office lady, that's the wife of the president. I mean, yeah, a lot of respect. We're going to place, then go treat them, how they call her. Because now the wife of the sovereign, the leader, then you know go take them away. But inside get for no your limit. You get for no your limit. You get for understand say it cannot compete with the president in any shape or form. And you not go compete with the president by making sure that you are only seen or not heard. The fellow way in Nigeria now, Tinubu, he was a senator. It's no mistake. Now, one of the political leaders. But Tinubu tell he will say, no, come there. Can I also rock villa there? Please take care of me now. You can't take care of me now. Now, you left the politics to give me. We were against Sunday. Leaders they get for the 10-year wives and they get for make the wives understand say they are not elected alongside Uda is now the vice president. So that's why we as citizens for always make sure that when the duly elected vice president is marginalized, now we job that for where in the raise issues about that. We need for make it very clear to president that the office of vice president not to a gift that they not to. Now the citizen is just as important as the office of president. In fact, America they call and say one seat, one bit, a heartbeat away from the presidency. Now America now, the president in office, I mean the vice president in office, they now White House joined the president. Now sleep no more, not they sleep, but now they office day. Now they in office day. The office of president and the office of vice president. Now inside White House now. And we tell God thank you in Nigeria and the same thing, Aso Rock Villa. Now they did. So because the thing is, the vice president was elected alongside the president. Anyhow, we look at that. The vice president must be given a role. We must, as I wrap up now, the vice president must be given a role because now him now the next person, when you put it in the order of precedence, the pecking order of precedence, the protocol, after the president and the vice president. Now, yeah, for not all the vice president, one time, Mr. Donald, what's the guy's name? Dick Cheney. He fired the chief of air staff now, General Dugan. He fired the chief of air staff before he even told President Bush. He fired because of insubordination before he even told President Bush. And President Bush not do nothing about that. Where you go say go return. No, they don't return an office. The vice president fired because of infractions of principle. That's so government. But we get these places where we don't see, and some of we not going to remain quiet, where we see vice presidents are marginalized. Now, I mean, some of we never remain quiet. Well, like I said, I'm not supporting Sam Sumana, and I will never talk about him. But the vice president of Salon was fired illegally and unconstitutionally. There you get a morally bankrupt and you get a very corrupt judiciary where lacking in canons and ethics. Where go along with that. In fact, it's also open on money when they bribe them. Because the thing was open for everybody, we know that. Now, none of them ever challenge you because the bribe was open. And bribe them for go along with wrongdoing. So again, I want to tell that Boku thank you, listeners, fans, supporters, well wishers and with the Salon Tok Forum. And again, I want credit me new people in Guinea, my brothers and sisters them. I want again tell them Boku thank you for this respect where they put for me. When they say no Kutubu, they can't be part of Vinaya. We like what they do. We they make sure say We develop your program in such a way that it will be second to none, and I look forward to that. Eventually, when they can be in a see the design, the graphic, when they work towards that, small, when they work towards that. Like I say, me, the only easy way I didn't WhatsApp group them. Not to forgo they forgo begin take papa and they will talk outside when they do that. They will talk no. Me you're the hip thing and they accommodate. Really per se, I'm not part of the WhatsApp group. I'm not part of it. They will say get caught up in the collegiate battle of the brain safe. They and then discussion and they go back and no. So now I can just read that no more. I can read that, just shake my head. The platform should have been a very good place, a useful place where something go call them, a university without walls. If people they go there, then discuss issues there where men, where pertinent to other. But no. That a different other color. So now make some of we are not participants. It's just so unfortunate they ministers them, supporters, fans, wishers them, a miscellaneous collection of them, then they. But other than that, I would never have dropped anything that they WhatsApp group them. If all my supporters were in a Facebook, the countless number of it, if only, because I don't know more, I just don't want, because Johnny, this last one I tell you about. It is one thing about then against President Bill for a whole lot of reasons where people they because people they get it right for their against them for what did they see. But when people they use a pyramid of lies and misinformation, disinformation for score cheap propaganda points for talking them when totally lacking in credibility, trust, and other color. About John like that invitation they talk about, it would have been in place like was say, oh, the person in the say, you know what? Actually, the president before allow the vice president in go there after us. Not to so much part in the what important salary will be represented, or let he allow let the Minister of Foreign Affairs in go let represent because I don't know if the president go now. Now maybe the Secretary of State now or the Minister of Foreign Affairs now the President of the United States outside the United States. Yes, the President of the United States can go, but not to every side. So sometimes what we for advocate now, let the President Bill let they delegate people them now. Let they delegate them now. Especially the vice president. Let us see him being very robust. After us, a man with very impressive academic lawyers. In terms of administrative sagacity, he gets up. In terms of cosmopolitan experience, he gets up. Not to any backyard vice president again. The only problem about this with vice president, it's too quiet, it's too laid back, it's too, very understandable. A very loyal, a lawyer. Now make you don't see him making any noise around. Well, let nobody know underestimate the fact. Dr. Judith Jallo, he get what it is. You will put him in the same rank like Ablai concept. You may there personally, of course, are they against Ablai concept for a number of reasons. But now one thing where you go take away from Ablai concept in impressive academic credentials, you're not going to take them away from them. So when they call on President Bill openly now, said we are going forward. Let him make good use of the, the privilege of having somebody like Dr. Judith Jallo as the vice president. And we are let David Sanger, let him restrict himself to, supervising minister. Because what he do, he's like actually acting as foreign minister. Anyhow, people they drive for dinner. You turn around, he's out of the country, and they meet with that leader yonder, and they meet with this leader yonder, and they meet with that. But no. If that are the case, well, let President you just fire the foreign minister, because I think this one I don't raise from time to time. We need to see with foreign minister to act robustly. Robustly. We need to see him. Enough for the office, just for the name of being in office. That not to the return get a job. Being a chief minister not getting that job. I mean, so what do they say? It encroach too much on the preserves of other government agencies, especially that the foreign by way to they see anybody will get intelligence, anybody will know how the foreign policy they work, how foreign affairs they work. You know, say they be saying that they encroach on the job of the foreign minister. We're not supposed to do. I don't know if they do it for bondage or inclination so that it will put himself in a situation where you say they want. Because I think I say in him down they appear now say in one of the people that we get for run for president, how they call him. But what you can tell him saying if you think say how Basu na Senegal, how he get into the presidency, instead of the same way that he go take it's instead now the presidency of Salio. Say no, that they now like when they say hey, you did actually in Alice in Wonderland and oh you know Van Winkle. So again, I want to now thank you for the car would come today. And the Muslim Ummah call like yesterday, so as I go now. Laddie, and to me again, you know, I'm so lucky for being accepted by the foreign community. I really get me that also part of the Nigerian community, especially the Yoruba, you know, cultural group. Yesterday, we celebrate the Night of Power. You know, where we try now for wrap up, you know, the first month. We did it yesterday. I mean, it was an ostentatious display of culture and, you know, heritage. And I tell anybody within the Nigerian community, particularly the Yoruba community, me a factor daily because I'm part of them. They never look me like me na Sardinia. No. They look me like as an integral part of them. Now I can send them for today in our Facebook and they see them. I see me the day yesterday. So I want to tell them thank you. And I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, say, how we start the fast will be similar like Manigain. Let me end up with Alhamdulillah. The one day we start the fast, but because of the natural order of business, they not able to make them. They move from time to eternity. The niyat, the intention where they get when they do them, even though they don't. Let Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward them with blessing and let He give them a Jannah. For the intention alone, the niyat, intention. Let He reward them for the intention. Although they're not able to make them. We again, where they around, we ask us, say, He take we to the borderline. Lord go pray to him. Lord go bless him. Lord go magnify him. Lord go glorify him. Lord tell him, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Let we embrace the philosophical maxim where say Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the only that way worthy of worship and praise. And there's no other, God except Him. So we hope say, pray they will go there again. Lord, God bless them. We praise them. We magnify them. Like for the people that can say, or people that can say, Lord, go jaye with Allah. Lord, go jaye with them. Lord, show how we Lord, show how we say that God bless them. Even though Allah not for bless we, but we say, Lord, just go bless them. For sure, we appreciation. Say, indeed, we appreciate you. We love you. We magnify you. We glorify you. Now you're not the only one we're able to do them. Nobody else. Now you're not the only one. You not sign covenant with anybody that is dunya. Now what you want? Now what you like for what you kadara? Now what you decide? You know they make no decision with anybody. You know they consult nobody. Now you they make the ultimate decision. Now they make any two ways. Lord accept that so. Lord praise you. Lord tell you thank you. Like the Christians, they say, how great thou art. How great thou art. We not for question your intention. Questioning your intention means we don't even believe in you. We don't believe in you. If we don't accept in good faith, what you say, yes, that you decide, Lord, put with faith in you. Say yes. Yes. There's no other, God, we're worthy of praise and worship. past Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or God Almighty. So me personally, Kutubu, I want to tell you, thank you for what you do in my life yesterday, where you make audio me company Muslim then. They praise you, they magnify you, they almost o'clock now. It past 1 o'clock right now. Morning. All in service of praising you. Then with the me call it. And the imams them way reside over the thing yesterday, the sheikhs them, and they ask you for let you bless them. Because they bring you want them to we. A go now we yes. If I me I also enamored of watching them, that I record them live. Let people that will not get the opportunity for see them, let they see them. Please do not continue for support this place here. And like I say very shortly, I go work with the people in Guinea. They will get for make make provision where when I go to call in for the talk, for be part of them. You're like waiting have been join the other platform them, now Unity Broadcasting, VOS, my friend and people like Prince Kuma, their own platform in England, and all the other places because I've been guest. Basically, I've been guest virtually all of them platform they did. So people they say, look, Kutubu, open you now. So now are they bless them people in Guinea? Are they blessed? But in particular, Usman Bangura, let God continue for put in blessing for Usman. Now he insists. Now he go all out. Now he set them up. We try with other brother Naya, where na afa David Bangura, where they would na here in Peking they help because like we company technology, I will not say we not good. So there are people that care for sure they do and this way, they and that way. So I'm blessed that I have people that way every now and then they prepare for jump in. Or say, no, we go drive for you. You do the talking no more. You left the technology giving, we go handle the technology. I tell now, thank you, I bless you now. And by God power, they come. This me, guest with me for today, where itself now another, political, how they call it, now a lady, where I listen to, how he conduct a program. I make a call about it very likely say something that the internet ain't saying it, but by God power, as we go along, we walk on. Until then, this na Kutubu Kogoma, they wish everybody will come today for listening to me. They wish they go continue for bless and preserve now, and it go make sure say, it go all candle light before now, where nobody no go misdirect now, where nobody no go mislead now, because the imam name they say anybody who don't get misdirected, will get misled. No human being no go direct them back. But anybody where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala don't direct her, nobody no go be there. Until then, you guys should not get a very blessed and pleasant day.